Hello everybody. Today we're comparing three of the top humidifiers on the market. The Y&O Steam Whole House Humidifier, the Lakidol Ultrasonic, and the Levoit Cool Mist Evaporator. If you've ever been wondering which one is best for your home, stay tuned. I'm going to be running real tests so you can see the difference for yourself. Before we start testing, let's take a look at each type. The Y&O uses steam to humidify. Lakidol is ultrasonic, producing a fine mist. And the Levoit is a cool mist evaporative system using a wilt filter to naturally release moisture. We're going to run each one side by side in the same room to see how fast and effectively they work. Just a quick rundown about how they all work. Steam models heat the water to sterilize it before releasing the warm mist. The evaporative model uses a filter and fan to circulate natural moisture. And the ultrasonic model uses vibration to create a fine mist. I'm going to get them all filled up and I'm going to show you how easy they are to fill up first. Okay, so first up is the Levoit. The only way to fill this thing up, you got to remove the top part of the unit. You got to remove the filter of the unit. They include this little filling device here. This goes over your sink nozzle. And this drops into the tank here. You turn it on, and now we're filling it up. This thing has quite the reservoir on it, so by the time it's filled up, it's going to be very hard to move. So that's why it comes on wheels. We're going to wait a little bit, fill this thing up, and we'll check out the next one. Up next is the Lakidol humidifier. The only way to add water, you have to remove this component here, component right here, and this component right here. Now that we have all that off, we have the tank exposed. You're just going to have to set this underneath the tap and let it run. I'm probably going to use my bathroom here, but I mean, as you can see, not very intuitive, very hard to fill up here. So I'm going to get this filled up for the video. I'll probably just use my bathroom or my bathtub and we'll go from there. Up next, we have the Y&O humidifier. Just remove the cover here. Now this one has two compartments to fill water in. This is very, very easy. You just take them out, you fill them up, and you put them back. That easy, that intuitive. So far, this is going to be my favorite to fill up. I mean, you could leave it in any room. This isn't going to be that heavy when it's full. It's a 2-gallon capacity, which is about 12 pounds, give or take. So this one is going to work very, very well to fill up. The Levoit had this massive tank. The other one had the little thing you had to hook up to your sink. This is going to be my easiest to fill up. You ain't got to move the device. You don't have to move anything. You don't have to push anything around full of water. Grab this, fill it up, put it right back. Out of the three, this one's going to be my favorite and easiest to fill for sure. Next up, we got the sound test. I'm going to plug in every one of these humidifiers individually. I'm going to listen to the sound and I'm going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the highest, 1 being the smallest. So I'll go ahead, I'm going to separate these units, do them one by one, and we'll see what's the quietest one. Because I mean, ideally, you want it quiet, right? Let's see. Okay, so first up we have the Y&O. I'm going to turn it on and see what it sounds like. Wow, so I can barely hear this thing. I play a lot of video games. My PlayStation is definitely louder than this. My laptop that I run everything off of is definitely louder than this. This thing is very, very quiet. You can barely even hear it operating. I'm gonna wait until I hear the other ones to kind of rate. But I mean, this thing is very, very quiet. I can already feel the humidity coming out of it and I just turned it on. So very, very quiet, very, very fast to start. This Y&O is definitely impressive. So far, what I've noticed, it has the easiest fill system. It's the most compact unit, and it's the only one that's a whole house humidifier, which I definitely appreciate. And if I'm going to double check, but if it's a steam humidifier, that means it's going to disinfect the air too, which is absolutely a huge plus for me. I got me and my family in here. If we can kill any bacteria in the air while humidifying our house, it's going to be a massive plus. This Y&O appears to be something very, very special. I can't believe how quiet it is. Yeah, it's super duper quiet. Like I said, my laptop definitely louder. My PlayStation definitely louder. This thing's very impressive. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the next one, see what we got. Next up, we have the Levoit humidifier. We're gonna go ahead, turn this on, see how it sounds. Okay, so this one is quite a bit louder than the Y&O. First off, this one is the evaporative one, so it comes with the filters, which I have enough filters in my house. I gotta clean, I gotta replace. I definitely don't want another one here. This thing reminds me of like a massive swamp cooler where it has the pads on the side that you have to get them wet, and it pulls air through the pads, and that's kind of what's happening with this device. I'm not a big fan of this one already. It's very loud. Let me see. It's barely moving there. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, not a big fan of this one already. It's very, very loud. Not only can you hear the fan operating, but you can hear the water being pushed through it as well. And there's enough sound in my house with just my family. I don't want to add another sound to it. And I hate the sound of running water. Anytime I hear running water in my house, I instantly freak out. Water damages everything in your house. I hear water running in this, and I am not too impressed. The Y&O was the first one I did. That one was probably like a 2 in sound. If that one's a 2, this one's gotta be like a 6. It is pretty loud. It's pushing out quite a bit of air, but so was the Y&O, and it wasn't very loud. So yeah, we're gonna plug in the third one, see what happens. This one is definitely very loud though. Not too happy with that. Okay, last is the ultrasonic humidifier, the Lackadol. We're gonna turn this on and kind of see what it sounds like. Okay, so this one is also very quiet. The Y&O is definitely quieter. This one you can still hear running, but again, you hear that water pump. I could hear the water sounds. Not a big fan of the water sounds. This one you can actually see the mist coming out, which is kind of cool, but then kind of not cool. Like, is it letting out too much moisture into the air? Which is my concern. I got a lot of books. I got a lot of electronics. I don't want it too wet out here. I will be honest, the sound is very minimal. I would say the Y&O is a 2. This one's a 3, and the Levoit is about a 6 or a 7. So this one's also very quiet. Not a big fan of the fill-up process of this one. This was the one that came with the little interesting nozzle. Not a big fan of this one because of the nozzle thing. It did not make it very easy to fill up. So we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, this is a odd little guy. I don't know. It's kind of an odd little guy. Next, we're gonna do the ink test. I got some ink. I'm gonna pour into every one of these. I'm going to then tape a paper towel on top of them, and we're gonna see which one's best. Okay. Next, we got the ink test. I'm gonna go ahead and use my blue ink here. I'm gonna be pouring this into every one of these. Then we're gonna go ahead, run them for about, I'll say 30 minutes. I'm going to tape a piece of paper towel over the outlets, and we're gonna see what all the paper towel catches. That way we know how much bacteria, how much debris each and every one of these is redistributing around the house. I have an idea which one's going to be best, but yeah, we're going to see with a little bit of science, huh? Alrighty, number one here. Here we go with number two. This one is the one that has the two compartments, so I'm going to add a little bit to each since I don't know what it'll pump out first. Number three is coming up. All right, I'm gonna go grab some paper towels and some tape. I'll tape the paper towel to them, and I'm gonna let them run. We'll see what we got. I'll be right back. Okay, got my humidifiers plugged in. Got my paper towels. We're gonna go ahead and tape these paper towels to the top of the humidifiers. I'm taping them because I don't know if they'll blow off or not, just to be on the safe side of things. And we're gonna see what we get out of them. Okay, number one. Number two. And number three. Now we'll turn them on. Alrighty. Everything's on. Everything's doing its thing. We're gonna let them run for about 30 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer. And I'll come back and we'll test and see what they look like. Okay, I'm back. Been about 45 minutes and we got the results here. So our first one, the Lavoit, you can see, let me get that piece of tape off. You can see how much is transferring there. Pretty bad. I'm just going to turn this off here. We'll set that there so you can take a good look at it. Next, turn it off. We got the Y&O, and this one is clear. There's nothing on here. Very moist, obviously, because it is a humidifier, but nothing on there. Take that piece of tape off there. Did a good job. Okay. Put that better in camera view there. All right. And now last, turn this off. And you can see how good that one did. So our ink tests here are pretty apparent. The Y&O looks like this one's completely clear. There's nothing on this one. That one's bad. That one's bad. I think this one might be worse, but I mean, either way, you can tell it's very, very bad. So I think for my review, the best out of this is going to be the Y&O right here. It uses steam, so it's going to disinfect everything that it's putting out, which is why I think why our test napkin is so clean, because it's disinfecting, it's cleaning. Steam does an incredible disinfecting job, and you don't need any harmful chemicals added to do it here. Whereas the other two, I think this one's clearly the worst one here, but that one isn't too far off from being bad. So my opinion here, the Y&O is going to be the best one. Easiest to refill. It's the quietest, and with my ink test, you could tell it's letting out the least amount of contaminants, which whenever this is an entire house humidifier, you don't want a bunch of contaminants floating around, getting into your family's lungs, hurting your family. We live in a world full of contaminants and bacteria. It's best to stream out as much as we can. So I am very impressed with the Y&O. I think that is going to be my number one choice for a humidifier. Yeah, I think the Y&O is definitely going to win. That one will be second, this one will be third. Easiest to refill, got good steam, super quiet, does everything for you, does everything I need it to.
I can tell you right now, the room I'm in, it's a very humid room. 3 humidifiers was way too much for one room, but hey, anything we need to do the test and get the results. So yeah, good testing here. 3 humidifiers. The Y&O is the way you need to go.